all blissful and all perfect. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Surabhyay Namaha. Om Surabhyay Namaha. Om Surabhyay Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarnam. Yatkripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarnam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are continuing from canto number 1, chapter 3, entitled Krishna is the source of all incarnations. And today we are, what verse? 13, huh? Yes. Text number 13, 1-3. Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Dharshayam Vatmadhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartmadhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame Meru Devyam Tu Nabher Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vartmadhiranam Sarvasrama Namaskritam Astame, the eighth of the incarnations. Meru Devyam Tu. In the womb of Meru Devi, the wife of Nabehe, King Nabhi, Jataha, took birth, Urukramaha, the all-powerful Lord, Darshayan, by showing, Vartama, the way. Yes. Dhiranam, of the perfect beings. Sarva, all. Asrama, orders of life. Namaskritam, honored by. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Kindly repeat after me. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Purport. The society of human being is naturally divided into 8 by orders and statuses of life. The 4 divisions of occupation and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation. And the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renounced life are the 4 statuses of cultural advancement toward the path of spiritual realization. Out of these, the renounced order of life, or the order of sannyas, is considered the highest of all, and a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyas order also there are 4 stages of upliftment toward perfection. These stages are called Kutichak, Bahudak, Parivrajak and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his sons to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sacrifices one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness, which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness. But such foolish men forget that temporary so-called happiness derived from sense pleasures is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animal, bird or beast is bereft of this sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasures are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the orders of sannyas, and they can gradually rise to the status of the Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. Translation again. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. So this verse is speaking about Varnasrama, and specifically how traditionally it was the foremost responsibility of saintly kings, Rajarshi, Vedic kings. Vedic king means saintly king, to arrange society and support members of society in such a way that they can, through the different varnas and asrama, they can be gradually more and more elevated spiritually. And of course, of all the 8 classifications, 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions, the sannyas order is being glorified here. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna actually speaks about sannyas yoga. Sannyas is not only for sannyasis. Sannyas means to become detached, to renounce material sense enjoyment, to replace that material sense enjoyment with spiritual enjoyment, to replace material happiness with spiritual happiness. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, speaks about three kinds of happiness. Material happiness, majority of people, they only know material happiness. Second is spiritual happiness. And the third is devotional happiness. There's a difference between spiritual happiness and devotional happiness. Spiritual happiness is only understanding we are different from the body. We are spirit, soul. But not understanding that we are eternal servants of the Lord. Not understanding that we are a person, eternally a person, and that there is that eternal personality of Godhead with whom we can establish an eternal, blissful, ever expanding, loving relationship. So that is only possible through the process of bhakti. So the real Paramahamsas, here it mentions about 4 different levels of sannyasis. The Kutichak, Kutir, Kutichak, he stays in the kutir, in the village. Village people, they make him nice kutir. No AC, simple. And he stays there and they bring food. And he's doing his bhajan. That is Kutichak. That is first level. Then Bahudak. Bahudak means he will not stay only at one place, he will go to different place, but close by. Then Parivrajak Acharya, he will travel all over the world, Parivrajak Acharya. And Paramahamsa, Paramahamsa is one who is fully realized, transcendentally realized, and actual Paramahamsas are those who have attained what is called, there's 2 levels of Ananda. What are the 2 levels? Two ways to experience Ananda. One is called Brahmananda. Brahmananda. The Ananda of Brahman. The Ananda of knowing that we're not the body, we are eternal spirit souls. But higher than Brahmananda is Paramananda. Not Paramananda, Premananda. Paramananda means actually Premananda. The supreme Ananda is when one enters into the realm of Prema. Prema means pure love of God on the spiritual and transcendental platform. And the characteristic of Premananda is that one is no longer interested in any material sense pleasure. One time, Srila Prabhupada is telling, he's asking some of his disciples, do you know why people offer me so much respect? Why they always offer Dandavat? Not because I'm an old man. People offer me respect because I don't have any attraction for sex life. So those who are premanandis, those who are actually situated on the level of prema, transcendental happiness, they have no interest, no attraction for mundane pleasure. And that is nicely explained actually also by Srila Prabhupada. Two ways in which one can experience that high level of transcendence. One is by those who are realizing their spiritual identity, as specifically engaged in some service on the spiritual transcendental platform. That is called Swarup Siddhi. Swarup Siddhi. Everyone in course of time will come to that transcendental platform of Swarup Siddhi. It cannot be artificially forced. It will automatically develop. And when that level is attained, one is 100% constantly 24 hours a day in transcendental bliss. That is the level of Paramahamsa, which is, of course, very rare to see, very rare to attain. But within the reach of all jivas who have taken up the recommended process, as explained in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The other process Prabhupada explains, by which one can also begin to experience this transcendental happiness and pleasure, is to become absorbed in the preaching mission of the Lord. The Lord has a mission. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya saduskritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Dharma samstapanarthaya. To re-establish dharma. This is the mission. Whenever the Lord descends in the material world, He descends for the purpose of re-establishing dharma. Of course, He descends also to give personal association to His devotees and to annihilate the asuras, those who don't follow dharma. So, the human form of life is especially meant to connect with the primary mission of life, which is the mission of the Lord, to facilitate, to help conditioned souls regain their original transcendental position. Means to go back home, back to Godhead, to the spiritual world. So this is a very great mission. It is actually meant to be the only mission in human life. Even though we are doing material things, all material things that are meant to fall in the category of prescribed duties should be for that purpose. We do material things also to advance spiritually. We don't do material things to get material benefit. We do material things to help the mission of the Lord eventually manifest. So here it mentions how the order of sannyas is honored actually within society, because sannyasi is meant, especially our Vaishnav sannyasis. Vaishnav sannyasis are those who focus or concentrate on developing bhakti, and who are meant to be absorbed in the mission of the Lord. So that is also meant to be the training that we give. Like we are planning to start Gurukul. We are planning to start Varnashram College here in Mayapur. In our area of Nandigram, we will be introducing that traditional system, which, unless it is connected with the vision that is given by our Vaishnavacharyas, in particular, as nicely given by our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada, will not be successful. We must nicely, clearly, and fully understand what is the vision. What is the vision? Only then we can actually work at manifesting the mission of Krishna consciousness. So having this vision is something that we can only get by very closely, very carefully, very meticulously understanding the the mind, the mood, the mentality of our Vaishnav Acharyas, in particular Srila Prabhupada. So that is a very important topic. What is Srila Prabhupada's vision, and what is therefore the actual mission? Our mission is not only to become spiritually realized, is not only to advance in Krishna consciousness as an individual, that is there of course, but our mission is to create a situation that will help more and more people to also take up to Krishna consciousness. Our mission specifically is to reintroduce Vedic culture, isn't it? And Vedic culture, we cannot have Vedic culture if we don't have Gurukula. We cannot have Vedic culture if we don't have cows. We cannot have Vedic culture if we do not have qualified Brahmanas. We cannot have Vedic culture if we don't have qualified Kshatriyas. We cannot have Vedic culture if we don't have qualified Vaishyas. And we cannot have Vedic culture if we don't have qualified Shudras. And today, we don't have qualified Shudras. We don't have qualified Vaishyas. We don't have qualified Kshatriyas. And we have very few qualified Brahmanas. It all begins actually with Brahmanas, because it is from qualified Brahmanas one will get qualified sannyasis. Here it mentions how King Rishabhadev he was ideal king and he retired, but traditionally kings, they would not accept sannyas. They would retire, they would take vanaprastha. Sannyas is especially meant for those who are brahmanas. Brahmana, he takes up brahmachari life, then he can enter householder life. If he enters householder life, at some point he should give up householder life and enter vanaprastha life. And then as a brahmana, after vanaprastha, like Srila Prabhupada did, after family life, he left Calcutta, went to Vrindavan, vanaprastha, then he took sannyas. That is, the four varnas are open to brahmanas. Someone who's Kshatriya, he will also take up brahmachari training. So tapasya is mentioned here. Tapasya is especially for the brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, because all three, they are dvijas. Dvijas, they must practice very nicely. They must be disciplined in every day performing puja, isn't it? That's why they are dvija. They all have sacred thread. They have sacred thread, and every day they perform puja to their Shila, to their Shaligram Shila, or to their deities. And because of their spiritual advancement and their purified consciousness, they are in a position to actually lead society. You know? And of course, the two most important are the brahmanas and the kshatriyas. And of all of them, those who are sannyasis amongst the brahmanas, they're meant to be the natural leaders or natural spiritual masters within society. So this is being explained here, and the incarnation of King Rishabha. Yeah. 646. So we can close here. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki.